Playing with the Queen of Hearts. Putting in on my tarsh. Bang the bang the doo doo. Shapa ping the dunga doos. Anyone? Anyone? No? No? Nobody? Wow. I guess everybody's busy today. I guess I'm the only lazy one today. Beautiful people. Oh, look at this. Louisiana girl and peace out. Danny Tay. You're busy being lazy. Yeah, me too. I'm not doing anything. I was actually like, I was actually like, um, uh, looking at my comments. Um, for the most part, people leave pretty decent comments. Like, I'm really grateful for like the subscribers that I have because most people leave sensible comments. But I have, I've been really lazy about working out. Peace out. I'm actually planning on doing some cardio today. I'm like, I'm going through. I'm gonna try out sobriety for a while, um, and I just been like, I'll just get some beer, and then like it gets to be like real late at night because I'm a night owl, um, and uh, and then I would just get beer and then like drink beers. I watch movies or something, uh, and so now I'm drinking coffee, and I haven't had a cup of coffee in a long time. I used to drink coffee all the time, and I haven't drank coffee in a while. But yeah, I've been kind of lazy about um, about working out. What's up, K9 Rescue? L House. We're just gonna chit chat, man. Nothing pressing. There's no updates as far as I know about. That's really. Let me look into that real quick while I have you guys here. I'm gonna go ahead and look in to see if there's any Summer Wells updates. And I am seriously doubt that there is. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? So, I didn't even see this, but I see a headline here from Channel 11 News. It says Hawkins County Sheriff says no person of interest has been identified in case of missing Summer Wells. So, not even a person of interest. So, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? No, okay, there's suspects and then there's people of interest, right? Or person of interest. No person of interest has been identified yet. So, now they could just be lying just to keep things, calm. That's a possibility. But to officially say that there's no person of interest, let me read this actually. Lawson told News Channel 11 on Friday that his detectives are still working every day with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Bureau of Investigation to follow up on leads. He's quoted in saying, "There's no person of interest. And like I said, everybody's a suspect now. Everything's on the table. And our main focus..." Really, Jinx? Really? I got my cat just decided to... Okay. Hi. Hi. Everything's on the table, and our main focus is to find Summer. To bring her home. Whichever way it goes with the suspect, or she's lost in the woods, or whatever, been abducted, whatever, everything's on the table. We're not just focusing on one thing because we have no reason to. So, I mean... Okay, and let's see. A tweet from Bianca Marias from WJHL-TV says she's tweeted, "The Hawkins County Sheriff says social media rumors are being checked by law enforcement, but urges those who live within a 5-mile radius of the Beach Creek community to come forward with any credible tips they may have, as this is now an investigation into any possibility." So I'm of the opinion that... Now, here we go. See, we can't compare this to Suzanne Morphew. Because, as we know, with the Suzanne Morphew case, there was... with the Suzanne Morphew case, they wouldn't say anything. They wouldn't say anything at all. With the Suzanne Morphew case, it just doesn't apply as far as comparing the two. They're basically, with the Suzanne Morphew case, they just kept quiet. That's all they did. They didn't go public and urge people to continue looking and give tips. They basically just shut up. And they also dug all around Barry Morphew's property. We saw this publicly. They were digging holes and multiple properties. So, and we saw this. This was very public. Even though they were very tight-lipped about what they were investigating. This isn't the same thing. What we're seeing is a search for the surrounding areas of that home. So what we're seeing indicates to me, and should indicate to anyone else, that they're still just focused on locating Summer. So yeah, I'm not. I'm just not buying this. And the rumors and speculation are totally out of control, as we talk about a lot here on this channel. And what's really funny to me, I gotta read you guys this comment. I gotta read you guys this comment because it's funny. It's hilarious to me. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Because this just made me laugh. Okay, so Pippi Longstocking 2020. Okay, Pippi Longstocking 2020 comments on my last video. Candus needs to let the boys speak for themselves. It seems as though she is feeding her narrative to David and Don, and it's different from her public statements. Here's the best part. You guys ready for this one? Apparently, a life insurance policy was taken out on Summer not long ago, which I find extremely coincidental. I'm going to repeat this comment one more time, okay? Because I really want you guys, those of you in my chat with common sense, I really want you guys to really delve deep into this one, okay? Candus needs to let the boys speak for themselves. It seems as though she is feeding her narrative to David and Don, and it's different from her public statements. Apparently, a life insurance policy was taken out on Summer not long ago, which I find extremely coincidental. Okay, see, I have to laugh at this stuff. If we don't laugh at this stuff, people, we're just gonna piss ourselves off. First of all, let's break down the first sentence in this comment. Candus needs to let the boys speak for themselves. Now, how do you propose that goes down? Let's imagine that for a second, right? So we've got these three boys. I'm not sure exactly what their ages are, but they're all under 12 and under. I know that. And so let's have these. Let's imagine a 12-year-old and 2 ages under, right? And what are they going to hold a press conference? These three boys? These three are these three boys going to stand in front of the media and be like, "It's time we speak out." These three little kids are going to stand in front of a bunch of cameras taking questions. Yes. I mean, this is the kind of stupidity that this case has stirred up. This is the kind of ridiculousness that this case has stirred up. But let's get to the best part here. Okay? Let's skip past the whole Candus's own narrative thing, because whatever, that's speculation. But let's get past that. Okay? And let's get to where she says that apparently, right? Hold on. So apparently, I love that. I love that comment. Apparently, a life insurance policy was taken out on Summer not long ago, which I find extremely coincidental. This is obviously a well-versed person who I find it coincidental that a life insurance policy was taken out on Summer. A 5-year-old little girl. A life insurance policy. Why in blue perfect hell would a 5-year-old little girl have a life insurance policy taken out on her? For what? For what? To cover all the income that she brings in? Right? To cover all the legitimate income that she brings in? for the house with her 9 to 5 job? Is that what I mean? I can't with the stupidity, dude. Jessica Moon knows. She commented on that one. Like, I mean, let's like the only purpose, okay? The only purpose that taking out a life insurance policy on a 5-year-old girl would be was to give law enforcement motive, which is the first thing that law enforcement looks for. When it comes to, let's just say hypothetically, a murder, right? When it comes to a murder, right, the first thing that law enforcement looks for is motive. So why would someone take out a completely and totally unnecessary life insurance policy on a 5-year-old girl? Why would anyone do that? For what? To say, hey, you're not looking in the right place. You got to look over here. I'm here. Here's some motive for you to look at me for doing something to my own child. People blow my mind, man. People blow my mind, dude. Like, I can't with the stupidity revolving this case. Nobody, let me explain something to you. Nobody who suspects these parents have come up with anything logical for an argument. Nobody has. And I just read a quote from the sheriff making it clear that no persons of interest, that they have no person of interest right now. They're still focused on finding Summer. That means they don't have any leads. They don't have anything. And thank you, Cherry, for dropping that. So, missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, age 5, blonde hair, blue eyes, height 3 feet, weight 40 pounds, description last seen wearing gray pants and a pink shirt, possibly barefoot. If you have any information, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Yeah, I don't mess with Facebook groups, dude. I just don't. Because when you mess with Facebook groups, like, because obviously even people who can read, who are intelligent enough to read, are stupid enough to read something like that, and it makes sense somehow. Somehow it makes sense that a 5-year-old girl would have a life insurance policy taken out on her. The hell are you going to do with a life insurance policy for a 5-year-old girl? Like, that's just plain dumb. Now let's Google. Let's Google, people. Let's do this. Let's Google real quick. Okay. Does a child need a life insurance? Does a child need life insurance? There we go. Okay, so life insurance can provide. I'm just humoring the idiots here, okay? Because we all know that there's no reason for a 5-year-old girl to have a life insurance policy. There's no reason at all. And I'm going to get to another reason why Summer does not have a life insurance policy. It makes no sense. So, life insurance can provide a safety net for loved ones who depend on you financially. But Life Happens CEO and President Phasia Stafford says she was prompted by the pandemic to buy life insurance policies for her 2 teen daughters, Of course, her daughters are the ones who depend on Stafford for support now. So why would they need insurance policy? Stafford says she wanted to protect her daughter's insurability, which is one of the primary reasons parents buy life insurance policies for their children. So this is all COVID related, right? Now, let me tell you something about COVID and Tennessee. Here in a very, I'm going to say suburban area. I'm not going to say urban. It's not urban. It's suburban here in Tennessee where I live. Nobody cares about COVID. Nobody wears masks, and we have the lowest spike. We had the highest spike at one time, and everyone wore their masks, did whatever they were supposed to do, and still not everybody, but places enforced policy, but places shut down but reopened faster than almost anybody anywhere in the country. But here, nobody cares about COVID. And nobody tells you you can't be in here without a mask. They tell you masks are optional but encouraged. Somebody would be at the door when it was like at its peak, right? Just a few months ago, when it was at its peak, somebody would be at the door at Walmart and going, hey, do you have a mask? If you said, nope, I'm not wearing one, they'd be like, okay, but we just encourage you to wear one. We would appreciate it if you did. That's how it went down. But nobody was like, you're not coming in here without a mask. Nobody was doing that. And so yeah, I mean, nobody cared. Nobody cared about it. Cause people here in Tennessee were just like, you know, there's a lot of people that are like, that's an infringement of my rights and blah, 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 blah. Okay. You know, I didn't really look at it that way. What I did, and most of us here did, we thought, okay, well, there's a 1% mortality rate, you know, like, I mean, you know, I'm not that worried about it. It's the kind of thing that we all just thought, okay, well, if you're worried about it, then wear a mask. You know what I mean? We didn't fall under this whole, you got to look out for the people around you. If the people around me are worried about COVID, well, then they would stay home or they would wear masks. But nobody expected anybody else to do it. Nobody got on anybody's case going, oh my God, there were no mask Karens here in Tennessee that I ever came across. For a brief period of time, though, the fitness club that I worked at, yes, you had to wear a mask, but it was very, very brief. It was like 2 weeks. And what happened was people just stopped coming. People were like, I'm not wearing a mask to work out. That's ridiculous. I do cardio. I'm not doing that. Right? And I'm not saying anything against, I want to be clear, I'm not saying anything against people wearing masks. If you want to wear a mask, good for you. That's fine. And I wore a mask. Even when I wasn't required to wear a mask to work out, I still wore a mask working out. And then it got to a point to where it was just like, nobody's wearing masks. What's the point? And I feel like I already had it anyway. And yes, there's many Karens on both sides, Jessica Moon. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's no one side of a Karen at all. So let's see. Nicole Morgan, thank you. Drive-by super chat in chat. The glare in chat. I hope everyone has a happy Saturday. Spread happiness and kindness. I agree. Thank you so much for spreading your kindness and happiness here. It is greatly appreciated, and I'm grateful to you for it. Haley Douglas, hey from the UK. Yeah, so, I mean, and I realize there's a lot of other people. You know, there's a lot of places right now that have higher COVID spikes, places around the world. I get that. I'm just saying here in Tennessee, and I kind of strayed from my point, but I'm coming back to it. Here in Tennessee, yeah, it's not, in the suburban areas, it's not taken overly serious. and everybody's fine, right? Numbers didn't spike. We actually have the lowest. So we have the lowest cases. And even still, when places were required to wear masks, like the Knox County sheriff, who got on TV and was like, okay, we understand the mandate and everything. We encourage everybody to follow the law, but we're not enforcing it. None of my people are taking anybody to jail or writing them a ticket for not wearing a mask. We're just not doing that. Like, dude went on TV and said that. And I was like, hell yeah. You know? So Tennessee's real big on people's individual rights. Whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, doesn't matter. They just believe you have the right to make your own choices. You have the right to either leave your house or not leave your house, whatever. But the thing is you go to the rural areas of Tennessee where the Wells live, nobody cares about masks. They laugh at people who wear masks. Guarantee you. So I seriously doubt that Candus went out and got a life insurance policy for the sake of COVID, which is the only logical reason, the only even remotely logical reason why you would even get a life insurance policy for your own child. The only even remotely logical reason, right? There's, you know, and that's if they're teenagers and bringing in some sort of income, legitimate income. Now, a 5-year-old. Now let's just say some of these horrible rumors are true, right? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, some of these horrible rumors are true, where they're trafficking Summer, right? For whatever reason. Let's just say that's true. Why would she take out a life insurance policy that would basically give away the fact that this child is bringing in income illegitimately? And I'm only bringing this up just for the sake of argument. I'm shutting that down immediately because it's ridiculous. Because the obvious reason why Summer doesn't have, the other obvious reason, besides the fact that she's 5 years old, the other obvious reason why she wouldn't have life insurance is because, do the Wells seem like they can afford life insurance for a 5-year-old girl? Because I guarantee you the state's not covering that. They're not going to the state and getting help from the government saying, hey, we need life insurance for our 5-year-old child. What are we going to do? They're not doing that. Like, come on, man. Use your head. But they can't afford life insurance. There's no way. I bet you anything that maybe if anybody has life insurance, it's Don. And that's if his job provides it. That is if his job provides it. Because I seriously doubt that they're out buying life insurance for anybody in that family. It makes no sense that they would do that. We just talked about how they can't even afford firewood because they can't even afford heat for their house. They can't even afford firewood. Why would they purchase life insurance for anyone in the family? Like, that's the thickest thing I've ever heard in my life, dude. That is by far, of all the comments that have been left on any of my comment threads, that's the dumbest one. Without a doubt, that is the dumbest one. I mean, yeah, like these are the kind of rumors that are spinning around. Like, I mean, that's That's the closest thing to a logical rumor that pertains to motive or anything regarding Summer's disappearance, because all the other rumors are just they're rats on the counters and there's this and that. That's all just vicious jabs at their lifestyle and their income. But the fact is we all understand that they're in poverty. We've seen what their house looks like. We know where they live. We've seen how they live for the most part. They can't afford life insurance for anyone in that family. I'm guaranteeing you that. Dude, they're probably having trouble covering car insurance with their income. And they're taking out a life insurance policy for a 5-year-old little girl. Like, yeah, a 5-year-old girl who needs life insurance. That makes no sense. That makes zero sense, dude. Let me read something else here. The truth is, most people in their 20s and 30s have no problem getting a good term life insurance policy. So there's really no need to buy life insurance for your kids. No need. The only reason they would do that is to actually provide motive to law enforcement. Why the hell would you do that? Yeah, the stupidity is overwhelming, Louisiana girl. It really is. Yeah, Jessica Moon is here saying, yeah, try asking these people for proof, and all of them are like, I heard it from so and so who heard it from so and so. Guess what? That's what a rumor is, dummy. Absolutely. That's exactly what a rumor is. It's exactly what a rumor is. Something without proof. Like, at this point, guys, at this point, there's nothing there's nothing for us that we can do. There's literally nothing for us that we can do except find a way to donate firewood. The only thing we can do is find a way to donate firewood. That's it. Cherry K is saying individuals interested in donating to the reward fund can go to any Civis Bank branch and request to place money in the Church Hill Rescue Squad Summer Wells reward account. Now, I don't know what Civis Bank is. I live near the Knoxville area, and I've never seen a Civis Bank. I've never seen one. So that's probably more around the area where they live. Like, I could see an insurance company trying to sell you life insurance. I could see an insurance company just trying to sell you life insurance for anyone, because they want to make that money, because they want to make that sale. But I'm not seeing any logical reason as to why, it doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, I'm waiting for the dogs to stop barking and all the noise to stop. Give me 1 second. I'm looking over chat though. Right, Cherry K, exactly. Throwing mud to see what sticks. Um, see, Crime Story says it was some stupid lady on Facebook said she was an agent, and Candus spoke to her a few weeks before. Someone who wants to feel relevant on Facebook. Right. I mean, of all places to want to feel relevant, Facebook. You know, like that's where you're trying to make your mark. Facebook. Ooh. Like, I'm getting put in Facebook jail lately for, like, the stupidest thing. Like, I called somebody a bitch ass, and I got put in Facebook jail for 24 hours. I wasn't even calling anybody that I was talking to directly. I was making a comment based on a post that somebody made, and I was like, bitch ass. And I got put in Facebook jail for 24 hours. And I'm just like, the more this stuff happens, the less I mean, I don't even post anything on Facebook hardly at all anymore. I have a Facebook group for this channel. I haven't even logged into it in like 2 months. Like, nobody posts anything. My Facebook group is completely stagnant. Like, there's literally nothing happening in it. Because Facebook is just completely ineffective, in my opinion. All right. See how easy this is? See how easy this is? Bye. 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 And you can be quiet. That's my one warning to you. That's my one warning to you. See, this is the way this channel works. I don't like people mentioning other creators in my chat unless I mention it first. If I mention it first, then it's kind of fair game. But if I don't do that, because you'll be out. Hey, peace out. It's because I love America. All right? I love it. Love it. I mean, yeah, Crime Story, you know, it's a joke, dude. Zuckerberg is a tyrant. Like, seriously. Like, I mean, you're playing God over Facebook. Dude, your platform is dead. It might as well be MySpace. Like, I'm putting Zuckerberg up there with Tom. Zuckerberg and Tom. Go hang out with Tom. In the table in the corner of the cafeteria where nobody wants to sit. That's where you go, Zuckerberg. Yeah, Facebook don't matter, Mandy L. Absolutely. I don't care about Facebook at all. The only thing I use Facebook for is Messenger. I use Facebook Messenger to contact people, to message people back and forth. Yeah, it's so that I don't have to use a phone. That's what good it is. It's a free phone, is what it is. Nicole H just decided to just go all out. Now she's big booty hoe, y'all. All right. now now Nicole H is like, listen, I'm just gonna own it. All right, big booty hoe, y'all. Recognize, big booty hoe. That's exactly what it is, dude. Yeah, yeah. Zuckerberg is the new MySpace Tom. That's who he is. I mean, nobody cares about Facebook anymore, dude. Nobody does. See, Zuckerberg posted a USA flag for 4th of July, but when I posted one, I got reported for hate speech. What? I mean, okay. So, you got reported for hate speech? I mean, did you have like a Confederate flag up too or something? Which is still not hate. I mean, I'm on the fence about that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the fence about that. On one hand, I see the whole Confederacy thing like being just a symbol of racism. I mean, let's just face it, you know. And I know there's a lot of Southerners in here that are gonna like really disagree with me. That's just pride. It doesn't mean we're racist. It's just pride. I mean, it may not mean that you're racist, but inadvertently, whether you like it or not, you're promoting racism because the entire point of the Confederacy that existed, the entire existence of the Confederacy was to fight for slavery because they didn't want to pay for labor because God knows how much money these companies were saving on labor costs through slavery. So, you know, and obviously slavery was racially driven. So yeah, I mean, sorry, but you know, now here's the thing though. Here's my other thing though. I also believe in the First Amendment. I'm real big on that. So if someone wants to have a Confederate flag hanging outside their house, you know, I mean, I feel like they have that right to do that. You know, now when I walk by a pickup truck here in Tennessee or in Georgia where I used to live, if I walk by a pickup truck and I see a big Confederate flag in the window, I look at them like, what an idiot, you know. I just do. I'm not trying to lie. I'm just like, I mean, come on. But I would fight for their right to have that on their truck. Does that make sense? I feel like they have absolutely every right to express how they feel. That's what makes America great. You can disagree with something, but you do it in a civil manner. I mean, wow, Erica. So it just said proud to be an American and that's hate speech? Wow. Like, yeah, that's what I don't understand. So let me give you all a real quick Cliff Note history lesson real quick, right? So the Confederate flag was created to counter the American flag. It was the American flag, right? The team that carried the American flag, right? Woo, America, were fighting to free slaves, fighting to abolish slavery, abolitionists. So I mean, that's what I don't understand. You know, that they were, you know, as far as they were the good guys. You know what I mean? So why is having an American flag somehow bad? America, good guys. It was President Lincoln that was saying, "This is it. This is what we're doing. Like it or not, this is happening." And then people rebelled. That's why they were called rebels. They rebelled against the government. They rebelled against the United States of America. They took up arms and said, "No, we don't want to pay for labor." That's all that happened. Real easy. Let's see. Peace out. We are the land of the free. At least we are supposed to be. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying you're free to enslave somebody. Hell no. No. I'm saying you're free to express your opinion on it. That's all I'm saying. I'm free to disagree with you in a civilized manner. You're free to express your opinion in a civilized manner. I'm free to express my opinion in a civilized manner, and you're free to disagree with it in a civilized manner. Yo, Mr. Nut in the house. What's up, dude? I mean, yeah, that's in my opinion what makes this country great. You know? Like, let's look at Candus Wells, for instance. How many people think that Candus Wells going on a television interview, wearing a hat, wearing a baseball cap that has a big old Confederate flag on it, how many people feel like that has something to do with, how many people feel like that affected people's opinion of her and started to somehow equate that, even subconsciously, to the idea that she could have done something to her own child? I mean, type of 1 if you think that that's the case. Type of 2 if you didn't even notice it. K9 says, why not just get rid of everything? K9 says, why not just get rid of everything in history that's offended someone? History repeats itself, so we should probably have reminders of where we came from. I mean, that's the way that I see it. I like, I'm of the opinion that it doesn't make sense to get rid of the things that remind us. I mean, I feel like this is the direction we don't want to go, so let's not repeat it. Right? Oh, thanks, Mr. Nut. I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, Mr. Nut, whether or not Candus is an idiot or not is not the question. Whether or not she is guilty of doing something to her own child is the question. I believe that we don't have enough evidence to believe that she is. Wow, I'm lagging like real bad here. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I figured this would be pretty split. I figured this would be pretty split. But I'm seeing a lot of twos, which is interesting. I'm seeing a lot of twos. That's fascinating. Yeah, see, a lot of people didn't even notice that. That's what's fascinating to me. A lot of people didn't notice that. But let's face it, though, it's not just her baseball cap in that interview. When people decided to find her Facebook page to start picking apart every single post, every single comment, right? When the people decided to pick apart her Facebook page, dude, her cover photo says something like redneck life or something like that. Living that redneck life. You know, I mean, that doesn't sit well with people these days, man. That just doesn't sit well with people these days, which is just really common in areas of Tennessee and Georgia like that. Any place in the Bible Belt that are rural like that, that are in the middle of nowhere, that, you know, it's very, very, very common. See, you and I disagree on that, Mr. Nutt. Um, I disagree. See, Mr. Nutt is saying that we don't need those reminders. It's in books. It's enough. Do we need reminders of other horrible acts? No, we don't. Okay, I misread that. If you're saying we should take them out of the books, then I disagree with you. But no, I don't think that we need to continue to perpetuate it. I don't think that that's the case, but I don't think that we should shut anybody up either, because you can't cherry pick what First Amendment means. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you get to cherry pick what you have the right to talk about and what you don't have the right to talk about, because freedom of speech means freedom of speech. Freedom of speech means that I get to say whatever I want, and if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. Now, if what you're doing is actually causing damage, if what I'm saying is hateful, and it's actually spinning hate, then that's a different story. But if I'm promoting people to go, hey, I'm trying to set the example that I live in a world where I understand the fact that I'm going to hear things from time to time that I don't like, and it's up to me to manage that in my own mind as to how I deal with it. That's what I believe. I realize, like I said, I'm going to walk by, if I walk by a big old truck with a Confederate flag sticker on it, I'm going to go, ugh, you know, but I'm going to forget all about it and just, because I'm not going to let that bother me. You know what I'm saying? Even if I see let's say a vehicle or a house with a big banner in front of their house that says, I hate Dominicans, right? I'm going to go, asshole, but I'm going to keep walking and forget all about it, because I'm not going to let that bother me. I understand that I live in a country where you have the right to do that. That's just me. It's because I have thick skin and I can handle that. Crime Story says history is history. You learn from it, you change, and it's experiences you can't change. Today will be history tomorrow. I love history. Yeah, me too. I don't necessarily like the things that took place in history, but if those things didn't happen, we wouldn't be where we are today. It's called revolutions of evolution. Revolutions of evolution. That's what takes place. It's like a wheel that moves forward and forward and forward and forward. That's just the way life is. That's the way time works. Revolutions of evolution. Get it? The revolutions, and the evolution is moving forward. Thank you for Phantasmagorical. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I mean, that's just that's just how that is, dude. You know, we can't change what happened in the past, and I think it's irresponsible to hide our kids from it. You know, you teach them why it was wrong, and teach them to celebrate the progress that we've made and the progress that we're making moving forward. That's my personal opinion. It's fine to disagree with that. I'm not angry with anybody if they disagree with that, but I am of the firm belief that we teach our kids what took place in history in the form of something to learn from, and celebrate the progress that we've made from it. Okay, well, there's Mr. Nut. That's interesting. You're saying no, keep them in books, teach the real facts, but don't need statues venerating these hate mongers. True, fair enough. To celebrate them, I don't like that. But I don't. But if it's private property, I don't agree with tearing it down. You don't get to just throw a temper tantrum. There's something called due process. You can go and you can assemble, and you get petitions together. You hold town meetings, and you speak up. That's what this country is based on. It's a nation of the people, by the people, for the people. So we apply that. We apply that due process in order to make change. You don't get to just throw a temper tantrum and destroy someone's private property. That's not okay, in my opinion. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that those statues necessarily need to be up. These men don't need to be celebrated. These slave owners need to be celebrated in any way, shape,